Hello, my dear students. Um, this video lecture is about factors that will influencing yield of secondary metabolite. Myself, Dr. Shibu from the Department of Biotechnology. So, in previous class, we mentioned what does mean by secondary metabolites and what is the advantages of secondary metabolite that we discussed in an elaborate way. And this video lecture is about the factors which will be involved in influencing the secondary metabolites. Okay. So there are five different factors it has come across, and starting with the morphology and chemical differentiation. Okay, morphology and chemical differentiation is the first major factor which will influencing the production of secondary metabolite. Okay, so some of the secondary metabolites will accumulate in specific structure, which will showing so-called morphological differentiation. Okay, especially oils are found in glandular scales. For example, mentha piperita oils are found in glandular scales, and in the case of papaver, in the case of papaver, the the latex which will be present in the secretory duct, and tobacco alkaloids are synthesized in roots. So thus accumulation of such product occurs only in a specific structure are present in the cultures. Okay, so we cannot able to say that all the type of metabolites will be present in a callus. Maybe sometime during the differentiation, some of the metabolites will be produced. Okay, so secondary metabolites is achieving the or to get the metabolites in a larger quantity. Okay, so all the metabolites will not be produced by the normal cells, normal calyces, but sometimes the secondary metabolites will be produced due to the differentiation during the differentiation. So that's what it is one of the factors. Okay, so the accumulation of such products occurs only in specific structure or in the presence or in the present in a certain culture. The yield in most callus and liquid cell suspension culture is low because of lack of tissue and organ differentiation. I said that is the yield of the callus, the yield of the metabolite in the particular liquid cell suspension or a callus is based on the differentiation. Okay, that's what it is very low due to the lack of differentiation. Thus, root differentiation callus of atropa. They mention about an example, the root differentiating callus of atropa belladonna are capable of producing tropine, while the non-differentiating callus are not cannot able to produce. Only the differentiating cells can able to produce. Some secondary metabolites accumulate in the vacuoles of cells, while others are formed elsewhere in the cell, which will be get accumulated and then excreted from the cells. So the failure to excrete a metabolite from cell might lead to cessation of biosynthesis. Sometimes the biosynthesis will be stopped due to the activity. Okay, so as a general we are mentioning the routine cell suspension are established from friable or a fast growing types of cells which are suitable for growth but not leads to the ability of producing the secondary metabolites. Okay, so this fast growth ability is linked with most cases with a little tissue or biochemical differentiation. When it is come linked with the differentiation only, we can able to get a good products. Okay, so that's what it is mentioned. Only the fast growing ability does not support the production of the secondary metabolite, whereas it should be combined with the biochemical differentiation. Okay, so that is about morphological and chemical differentiation. Next, the second factor is medium composition for secondary metabolite production. So medium is one of the important factor which will help in the producing the secondary metabolite. As it is mentioned here, the secondary metabolite production can be obtained by one stage or a two stage system. Can it is mentioning either you can use the one stage system, or you can follow with the two stage system. In a two stage culture system, the first stage involves the growing the cells on standard growth medium, and the second stage which is involved the transferring the cells into the production medium. First stage we need to grow the cells, and the second stage we need to transfer the cell into the production medium for the secondary metabolite production. Then in the one step culture, system, both growth and production steps are combined together, whereas the second stage, that is one stage culture, which means both the growth and production are combined together in a particular step. So there are dramatic effect on secondary metabolite product synthesized by altering the nutrient in the production medium. In cell cultures of Morinda clitifolia, a 50% increase in androquinone accumulation occurred when phosphate was given as a high concentration, 5 mg per liter phosphate, increasing in the phosphate, which will lead to 50% increase in the anthraquinone production. Okay, similarly, in the suspension culture of Catharandus roseus, the overall accumulation of secondary metabolites like tryptamine and indole alkaloids have been shown to occur rapidly when cells are shifted to the medium devoid of phosphate. Here it is, when we are devoiding the phosphate, there's a concentration of the secondary metabolite, that is tryptamine, will be increased. Okay, while increasing also in Morinda, we'll get a 50% increase in anthraquinone, whereas in the Catharandus roseus, if you are decreasing phosphate, we will get an debit. So by adjusting the medium composition, we can improve the products. Okay, that is an example they mentioned. And the carbon source such as sucrose is frequently used as a carbon as an energy source, which leads to an optimal growth rate of the plant cell cultures, as we know that. So instead, mannose, galactose, glucose, and raffinose have also been used as a different sources. Okay, so like that, growth regulators in suspension culture also will play a major role. For example, 2,4-D can stimulate both cell division and cell expansion, but it also be bring dramatic suppression of the secondary metabolic synthesis. If it will induce the cell division, 2,4-D will induce the cell division, but it will suppress the secondary metabolic synthesis. Similarly, there are different hormones and different composition of the media which will induce the growth of the plant cell, but it will suppress the secondary metabolite. We cannot able to say that the media which will support the growth of the callus which will induce the secondary metabolite too. We cannot able to say. That's what it is mentioned. The medium composition of for the secondary metabolite production is one of the major factor. Okay, the next factor is growth production pattern. Okay, so secondary plant metabolites producing cells may be obtained from cell cultures produced by batch or less commonly by continuous process. Batch culture, which commonly batch cultures consist of heterogeneous mixture of cells at different stage of biochemical and morphological differentiation, which will initially and middle phase of cultures varying proportion of the cells in a rapid division. A substrate in the medium became more limiting. The proportion of the cell undergoes cell division, which will decrease and leads to stationary phase, where the majority of the cells became quiescent and aging process occurring more and more. So what it is the growth pattern? What it is mentioned here is we can go for a batch or a continuous system. If you are going for a batch, after the utilization of the media, there is the cells will undergo a stationary phase. During this phase, the cell try to adapt. That time only it can able to produce more secondary metabolite. We know that when it is trying to adapt, there are more secondary metabolite will be produced. Okay, so in the case of bacteria, we mention about the phases. While it is during the stationary phase, it try to survive. This bacteria will produce some of the secondary metabolite to kill the other bacterial cells. Similarly, here also during the adapting condition, the plant cells will try to produce more amount of secondary metabolite. That's what it mentioned. The accumulation of the metabolite at any one of the particular instant in a cell cycle, that is culture cycle, as a result of dynamic balance between the rate of its biosynthesis and its biodegradation. Therefore, the culture condition that will promote the biosynthesis of the desired compound, while at the same time will limiting those part of metabolism which are involved in biodegradation or sort. Okay, so there is no hard or fast rule to the best time in the culture cycle to harvest in order to obtain a maximum yield of metabolites. It's a trial and error method. So I cannot able to say the fast rule or any hard rule is there or a time is there. Thus, it is best to produce larger amount of biomass under a rapid growth condition. Then it will be transferred to the that biomass will be transferred to the second stage of culture, which will promote the secondary metabolite. First step, we need to grow the biomass, and second, we should have to go for a differentiation, or the second step to induce a secondary metabolite. That's what it is mentioned about growth production pattern. The final one is environmental factor. The environmental factor also just involving in inducing or suppressing the secondary metabolite. For instance, a number of plant cultures, it have been shown that especially light, we are using light will stimulate the production of secondary metabolites. For example, compounds such as carotenoid, flavonoid, polyphenols, and plastoquinones are stimulated by light. On the other hand, biosynthesis of certain metabolites not significantly affected by the light and may even be inhibited by it. Thus, radiation with white or blue light have been seen to result in almost complete inhibition of alkaloid biosynthesis. Either sometime the light will induce the metabolite, sometime it will suppress the metabolite. Lipid composition of tobacco cell suspension and alkaloid accumulation in papaya species have shown significant fluctuation in response to temperature changes. Okay, so while changing the temperature, changing the pH, and changing the light condition, this is will support, or it will go for an inhibiting the secondary metabolites. Okay, so that's all with the factors which will involve in inducing the secondary metabolites. Okay, so thank you all, see you in the next class.